I may have got a little bit snowed in. Here's Silver behind me. It's pretty snowy. It's kind of awesome. It didn't even wake me up last night. It must have been like quiet snow. And yeah, it's amazing. The sky has just cleared for a sec, but I think there's a big cloud coming over. I'm just debating on what to do, whether to try out my snow chains, whether to stay here. It's a very windy road from here to anywhere. So I might stay put, but I'm not sure if the weather's going to be worse later. Yeah, I'm just thinking about maybe putting my awning up so that I can heat up some water and stuff and have cover so I don't get completely snowed. But I don't think I'm going to be moving from where I am. I am going to show you what it's like because it's just awesome. So it's like 10 in the evening. It's going to be fuzzy video because I'm working on just moonlight. But damn, is it awesome. I'm by the sea. And the moonlight is like lighting up the waves. So you can see the white lines of all the waves crashing, which looks amazing. And I'm walking on a bit of beach that hasn't had anyone else walk on it since the tide went out. So I love smooth beach that no one else has put their footprints in. So cool. The full moon is like my favourite time. I don't know if you can see any of it in the background. I could, if it was less chilly, maybe go and get my camera and my tripod and probably get some half decent video. But it's a little bit too chilly for that. I'm just going to run along the beach a bit and then head back to Silver and have a wash and curl up in bed, as you do.
One of the best things about living in a vehicle is waking up to views like this. There's beaches in Fife where they've put up these signs and have designated spots for campers. I imagine they get filled up pretty quickly in the summer, but during the week in February it was not hard to get a spot.
I'm pretty used to picking up rubbish when I'm out on the beach, but I just started pulling at the edge of a bit of plastic and got a bit more than I bargained for. Human beings are just ridiculous.
The proper full moon the next night was stunning, for a brief bit of time before it totally clouded over.
I'm pretty sure I've said this before, but I love the snow. And where I was staying, hiding from the weather the last few days, I have been at a friend's place out in Fife, and it's not been... We had a bit of snow, but it didn't really settle. And then as I started to drive away, kind of north and west, there was snow on the hills, and the Lomond Hills looked amazing. And now I've just driven through some cool bits. A little bit slippy. There's some cool bits in the snow, and hopefully the dash cam has caught that. And I've just put my welly boots on, and now I want to go stomp around in the snow, even though there's not that much where I am. I'm just a complete kid when it comes to snow. I love it. I think it's awesome.
100% recyclable, unless someone leaves it sitting out in nature. This is one of the things I love about Scotland, is waking up places like this. It's literally like a picnic area off a reasonably main road, and I can't see what I'm doing, the sun's too bright. And I just get to wake up to mountains and a loch, and it just looks freaking cool. Some sunshine. Oh, look at the snow over on that one. and it was super quiet overnight, despite the wind. I have rocks on the other side that kept me protected. More sunny days, please, Scotland. So there was a forecast of potential snow, but apparently I slept heavily and didn't hear it. I just woke up, looked outside. I heard a sound that just sounded like snow slipping on the side of the van, which I guess it was. And I need to clear the windows, really. There you go, you can see a little clearer. It looks like good snow. And there's a chance that, because of where I've parked, either I'm finally going to use my snow chains that I bought over a year ago and have never used, or I might not be meeting the friends I'm supposed to meet this morning, because I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to get out of where I've parked in this level of snow. That's so exciting, though. So something that's a little bit fun when you're covered in snow is trying to open your front doors without all that snow coming in. So I think I'm going to have to try and go out a side door, which I don't think is covered in snow. Oh, man. Okay, that's why I didn't get as cold. This is amazing. Oh, it's snowing quite a bit again. Oh, that's okay, it's not too deep. Silver is under there. Luckily, I love the snow because I have a friend that would absolutely hate this. The sky makes it look like it's just going to snow a lot more. Oh man, I don't think I've ever had this amount of fresh snow all to myself with no one else around. It's awesome. I might go run in it. I might have to make a snow angel. It feels so nice. I'm wrapped up all nice and warm, so I'm all good. I am going to end up wet when all of this snow melts later. Oh well. Looks like someone's been up the foresty track at some point this morning, so I'm going to go check out the road. So it doesn't really look like it from here, but this is actually the road. To me it looks like it's a 4x4s only drive. I do sometimes wish I had a 4x4. I think I might be staying put. Hopefully the snow will ease up enough that I can cook. The sky has just cleared a little and it's so beautiful. I really do have the place to myself. Whoa. Isn't it crazy when a tree just breaks halfway down like that? It's insane. Right now I'm absolutely loving my awning. Thank you, Richard. Means I can be stood up outside and also heating up some water for my hot water bottles and not getting super soggy, and ventilating my home without that getting super soggy. Oh, it's a mess in there right now. So I'm kind of sat in the snow. Well, I'm not sat in the snow, I'm sat on my little stool, which is the closest thing I have to a chair outside of Silver, and it's snowing quite heavily at the moment. Keep getting fluff in my mouth. And I'm just trying to cook up some lunch and dinner. I've heated up water for my hot water bottles, some water to wash with later if I don't
get out of here and go anywhere, which might happen, I'm not sure. And now I'm just cooking up some food so that I've got something warm to eat for lunch now, and I'm just making enough to fill my food flask for later, so I've got something warm for later. My heater is not working at the moment, which I've probably mentioned, so if I don't move for the whole day, the van gets a little bit chilly, and yeah, I can start my heater up and it kind of runs, but it doesn't really heat the van up. It will just about take the edge off. I don't know whether it will after a whole day sat in the snow. So yeah, the air just gets a bit cold. If I had my heater, I would be perfectly content and very, very happy, and also a way to kind of dry stuff then, because I can hang stuff by the heater vent and it helps dry things out. And that's not going to be possible. But I have an appointment to get my heater fixed next Monday. And I wanted them to do it this week, but they said they couldn't. I'm just totally distracted because the snow is falling quite heavily. It looks really cool. So I thought it had warmed up for a bit because it didn't feel like it had warmed up. But the snow on the branches and stuff, it might have just been the wind. The snow on the branches has kind of moved, and the branches aren't like thick with snow anymore. Just looking at a tree moving a bit in the breeze, but that might have just been the breeze kind of making stuff fall. I'm getting a tired arm. Oh look, there's the snow. So yeah, it's interesting. Last year I was like, I kind of want to get stuck in the snow somewhere, but also kind of didn't. And I have everything I need. Like I have snow chains, so I can probably drive somewhere, but it just seems a bit silly to risk driving when I've got plenty of food and water, and cancelled the meeting I was supposed to have this morning, and don't in theory need to be anywhere until tomorrow evening / very early Saturday morning. But we'll see what happens. It is kind of exciting. That's the snow coming in sideways, which means that my little awning is not doing very much. It's so beautiful and so quiet. That's my food bubbling away. I'm boiling some eggs and cooking some potatoes. The snow's got so heavy, I guess it started to slip down the bonnet, or the windscreen in the bonnet. So there's a big gap in it now. I've also had to clear my awning a couple of times and it's getting heavy again. It's just fiddly to clear when you are trying to cook. How do you cool your eggs down once you finish cooking them? I decided to put them in the snow. The snow's just eased up again for a bit, which is helpful because I think, yeah, a little bit snowy up there. And I also need water and stuff, which is from the other side of the van. These are all the tracks I've made this morning because there's no one else around. Oh, it glows when the sun comes out. Oh yeah, look. That's going to slide down, I think, at some point. Probably when I get in. What am I after? Water. This is what happens when I'm partway through cooking. It's a bit of a mess. The road seems to have been mostly cleared, so I think it's probably worth attempting it before it potentially freezes overnight. The issue is just getting down to the road through this. Currently don't really know whether I've done this right, but they feel tight. I'll try the other one and then I'm going to try to drive. Right, I got my shovel. I'm going to scoop out around in front of Silver and then finish my lunch, and then hopefully it won't be snowing too heavily and I can get out of here. I've kind of got to clear all of this off first as well. It's honestly just so much snow that I'm trying to clear off Silver. It's crazy.
It turns out snow chains are quite a pleasure to drive with. This is sped up slightly though, I wasn't going to do anything crazy with my home. When I got out and back down the road, I discovered the road was actually closed. So I guess I was lucky it was cleared, otherwise I'd have been staying put. Thanks for joining me on my winter van adventures. Stay tuned for more next week.